Mr. Speaker, nakikita ko po ang proposed budget ng Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino. Ay tama po ba ako? 117.9 million pesos. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Mr.
Tama.
Speaker.
Okay, napakaliit na halaga po, no? At tinitignan ko po yung mga programa at saka mga layunin ng Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino. Sabi po rito, sector outcome, the strategic objectives, Philippine culture and values promoted. And then organizational outcome, Filipino and other Philippine languages preserved, enriched, and promoted. No, tapos yung sa mga specific performance targets, medyo nakakalungkot po, no, yung mga baseline performance at saka yung mga actual targets. Let me just cite some examples here. A percentage of endangered Philippine languages documented, translated, and validated. As sabi po, the baseline is 26% of 40 endangered languages have been, there has been some effort to document and preserve. No? Pero, 40 po ang endangered languages natin, and then 26% lamang yung kanilang na tututukan so far. No? And for 2025, the target was 30% of 23 or 7 languages documented. And for 2026, 12 of the 40 endangered languages are to be in one way or other documented, translated, and validated. No? So, isa po yun, no? Of course, pwede po bang mapaliwanag ng sponsor, ano ba ang halaga ng ganitong layunin? No? Yung preservation, pagtiyak na manatiling buhay, no, ang mga wika, ang napakaraming mga wika ng ating bansa. So, ang isang realidad po na kadalasan, especially sa gobyerno, hindi talaga ganap na kinikilala ay ang lipunan natin multilingual. Napakarami pong wika. And yet, in terms of government, pangunahin English, no, tapos pumapangalawa Pilipino ang mga wikang pangunahing ginagamit, no? So yung gobyerno ay hindi talaga ganap na sinasalamin, no? At sa gayon, hindi ganap na pinaglilingkuran ang realidad ng ating lipunan na marami tayong mga wika, no? At kahit dito sa kapulungan ito, alam naman natin, no, dahil nga this is the House of Representatives, lahat ng rehiyon, lahat ng distrito nandito, alam niyo 'yon, di ba? Na pagdating niyo sa mga constituents niyo, hindi naman kayo nag-i-English doon, di ba? No? Kahit nga Pilipino baka hindi rin Pilipino ang pangunahing ginagamit. Ang ating sponsor, taga Mindanao ba? Taga Mindanao po ba?
Isabela.
Taga Isabela. Okay, Isabela. Marami rin pong mga iba't ibang wika sa Isabela, no? Okay, so yun yung point. Kaya napakahalaga po ng trabaho at concerned po tayo na limited ang budget ng KWF at kahit tuloy yung mga target nila ay limited. Ganon din po, binabasa ko lang, percentage of LGUs and NGAs, local government units and NGAs, national government agencies, adopting Filipino and in their official correspondence. Sa ngayon, ay the baseline daw, only 1.8% of provincial LGUs and NGAs make use of Filipino in their official correspondence. 1.8% lamang po, no, ang gumagamit ng Pilipino. Samantalang alam natin na well, pag bumaba ka talaga, lumabas ka rito, ang pangunahing wika, Filipino at yung iba pang mga wika ng Pilipinas. Okay, tapos ang target po is very modest target. Next year, yung 1.8 maging 2% lamang. No, so ako naintindihan ko dahil napakaliit ng budget, di maliit yung target. And then the final performance target that I will cite here, percentage of NGAs with citizens charters translated into Filipino. The baseline is 2% of NGAs. Kahit man lang yung basic charter ng mga ahensya, 2% lang daw ang merong Filipino version. No, so ito yung pinaka-basic na dokumento para maintindihan ng ordinaryong kababayan natin. Ano ba ang silbi ng Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino? Ano ba ang ginagawa ng DICT o ng DTI? Ganon, no? 2% lang daw ang merong charter na translated sa Filipino pa nga lang, hindi pa nga sa ibang mga wika. Tapos ang target nila for 2026, yung 2% maging 3%. No? So, going by the figures here, the NGAs listed here, 194 daw yung NGAs. So 1% of that is basically 2. So dalawang ahensya po ang tama ba ako? O 1%, 2. No? 2 agencies have their charters in Filipino. No, 2%. So actually 4 agencies in Filipino. Kung tama ako. Okay? And then your target for next year is the 2% to become 3%. So essentially, para maging 6 agencies, madagdagan ng 2 pa. No? So, again, bakit po, okay, siguro tanong, can't the agency go further? Do more? Target more? No?
Actually po, well, Speaker, Mr. Speaker, kaya naman po ng ahensya, pero ang talagang pangunahing concern lang po ay nabumula po sa pondo. Pero
Okay.
ganun pa man, ang KWL po ay palagi po pumupunta sa mga LGUs to lecture with Executive Order 335, but mostly sa nangyayari po ngayon ay nagiging online dahil po sa kakulangan din po ng pondo.
Sorry, could you repeat po the online? Did you mention something?
Yes po.
Again, could you...
Online na po ang nagiging pag-lecture po.
Online.
Yes po.
Ang nagiging... Pasensya na po, hindi masyadong malinaw.
Lecture po. Yung pag-lecture po is online. Yes.
Online. Okay, that's true. Okay. And also another output indicator here. Sabi rito, number of historical works, cultural traditions, ethno-linguistic and government issuances translated into English or Filipino. So presumably, yung mga akda sa ibang wika, ta-translate sa English o kaya sa Filipino. Okay. One of the 2 official languages of the government, no? Well, the number of historical works, 1,770 pages. And then next year, the target is 1,780 pages. So madadagdagan ng 10 pages. Again, well, nakakalungkot po na napaka-modest ng mga targets natin dahil napakalaki po ng trabaho na kailangan gawin. Binabanggit ng kasamahan natin kanina, si Congressman Jokno, yung mga batas na lang. No, pinaka-minimum yung penal code. No, yung mga batas, in other words, the revised penal code. Yung mga batas na may parusa, parusang kriminal, yung makukulong ka, dapat talaga sa minimum ay nasa mga wika yan, hindi lang Filipino, kundi sa mga wika na naiintindihan ng lahat, no, ng mga kababayan natin. No, para malinaw talaga. It is true, ignorance of the law excuses no one, pero mas mabuti kung alam ng ordinaryong mamamayan kung ano yung batas at ano yung parusa, di ho ba? No, kaya lang, again, very modest targets at ang sinasabi po ay napakaliit ng pondong nakalaan. Totoo naman, ang total budget once again is 113 million pesos being requested. Mr. Speaker, isang medium-sized flood control project lang po yan. No? So, kung babalikan po natin ang mga flood control project, no, katakot-takot na flood control project ay 113 million. It's a drop in the bucket po. So kaya I support the general call na dagdagan ang pondo ng Komisyon sa Wikang Filipino. But specifically, meron po tayo ngayong particular na advokasya. No? At ito po ay kaugnay sa implementation ng Republic Act 11106, the Filipino Sign Language Act. No? At kaya po tayo tumitindig ngayon dahil ang kinatawan pong ito ay principal author ng batas na ito. At mahigpit na katrabaho po namin ang deaf community, Filipino deaf community, upang maisabatas ito. Ilang taon po tayong nakatrabaho sila, and I see one of the advocates here, Dr. Lisa Martinez. Shout out po sa kanya. Nandito po siya ngayon. Naipasa po ito in, I can't remember now, 2017 ba? Something like that. 2018?
2018 po.
2018?
Apo.
Okay. And ang problema, okay, naipasa ang batas, ngunit problema, of course, yung implementation at yung pagpopondo rito. No? Ang isang importanteng kinilala ng batas na ang Filipino Sign Language ay isa sa mga wikang Filipino. No? So kahanay siya ng Ilocano, the Filipino as the national language, Ilocano, Cebuano, etc. Iba-iba yan. So yung Filipino Sign Language ay isang sariling wika yan ng mga bingi, no, na Filipino deaf, the Filipino deaf community. Okay, so matagal na pong tinatrabaho ito ng mga iba't ibang ng deaf community, the deaf advocates, and so on, yung mga implementing rules, at kailangan na po ng pondo. Right now, Mr. Sponsor, magkano po ba ang nasa proposal na funding for implementation of the requirements of the Filipino Sign Language Law? And let me also add, bago kayo sumagot, let me also add, Mr. Sponsor, that also apart from the Filipino Sign Language Law, which requires that all government, it is a general provision number 36, which is the section on programs and projects related to senior citizens and persons with disability. And included in that is the following: all national agencies, GOCCs, and LGUs are directed to provide qualified Filipino Sign Language interpreters and accessible materials for all public transactions, services, and facilities involving the deaf, pursuant to Republic Act numbers 11106, the Filipino Sign Language Law, plus other related laws like 10533, that's the, if I'm not mistaken, that's the K-12 law, and RA 10410 and 11650. So marami pong batas na nagpapatungkol at nagre-require na lahat ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno ay mag-provide ng Filipino Sign Language interpreters. No? So kailangan po nito ng pondo. Kaya balik ako sa tanong ko, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Sponsor, magkano po ba kung meron man na nakapaloob na proposal for implementation of FSL in the KWF budget?
Sa kasukuluyan po, ang nakapaloob po sa atin, Mr. Speaker, ay 2.9 million pesos po para po sa pondo na atin sa...
2.9 million pesos po. Naku naman, 2.9 million pesos, parang barya lang po yan. No? In the context of a 6.7 trillion peso proposed budget, ano po yung 2.9 million pesos? Sapat na po ba yun?
Ayon po sa KWL, hindi po.
Siyempre, hindi po sapat, no? And in fact, Mr. Speaker, tama po ba na actually, kung susumahin po ay meron pong proposal for funding, for request for additional funding ang KWF, no? This is for programs that are unfunded or insufficiently funded. Kasama dito yung related to development of standards for Filipino teaching, FSL, as a second language. Kasama rin po yung data collection. So, importante rin po yung pangolekta. Gaano karami po ba ang mga Filipino sign language users or prospective users, yung mga deaf, no? Tapos yung national standard, developing national standards for a system on FSL interpreting, lahat po yan may legal basis. So, ang nabigay po sa akin, para mapabilis po, ay merong requirements for a total of 23.582 million pesos. That includes merong portion for personal services as well as for part-time positions, and mainly, but the bulk of which, around 15.7 million, is for the implementation of various programs related to the implementation of the FSL law. And I will just ask, Mr. Speaker, in the interest of time, that this part, the specifics of the budget request be inserted into the records. Mr. Speaker, if I may be so allowed, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I think...
Mr. Speaker, if I may be allowed to insert into the records the details of the budget request to save time, Mr. Speaker.
Would you like to respond?
Mr. Speaker, can you please repeat it again? Sorry.
I have with me, and please, I would just like confirmation that the KWF requests an additional amount of 23.582 million pesos in order to fully implement for next year the requirements of the Filipino Sign Language Law and related laws.
Mr. Speaker, I think this is okay, but then we should do this in its proper time during the period of amendments po.
Yes, I will introduce amendments at the proper time. I would just like confirmation from the sponsor as to the amount that should be that the KWF requires in order to fully implement the Filipino Sign Language Law for 2026.
Yes po. Actually, Mr. Speaker, ang kanilang hiling lang po ay 15 million, pero if it will be 23 million, then I think it will be better for the...
50 million po.
Yes
50
po.
million. O, dito na tayo sa 50 million, Mr. Speaker.
15 po.
15.
15. 15 po.
15. So that's the 15.755 million, presumably. Okay. Meron pang iba rito na 4.1 and 3.6. Okay, so minimum 15 million. Okay, tatanggapin po natin. Kung yan po ang proposal ng KWF, handa po tayong suportahan ito. No? So, okay. So, 15 million na po talaga.
Siyempre po, mas gusto po nila ang 23 million.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker. But then, 15 million will be enough po. But then, with further studies, maybe we can adjust po.
Okay, so then let us go with the 23.58 million. This will be for programs, activities, and projects that are left uninitiated and unfinished because of lack of funding. No, so this includes requests for national standards for teaching of FSL as a second language, Interagency Council annual reports, the formulation of NTRCB policy guidelines, data collection for the National Registry, provision for deaf or signers, interpreters and interpreting organizations, sign language instruction programs, developing a national standards for a system on FSL interpreting, a grant or award, the Tingpalak ng Wikang Senyas, amendment of the Intellectual Property Code, recall of erroneous FSL regional dictionaries of the USAID Gabay project, and rectification of the outputs, institutionalization of FSL Task Force in DepEd, ethical research management for FSL Deaf Research, International Decade for Indigenous Languages, International Sign Language Day, National Disability Rights Week, Deaf Federation Youth Camps, and other programs. As I said, in the interest of time, I will just submit this for insertion into the record, pero let it be noted, Mr. Speaker, that this representation fully supports the demand for an additional 23.5 million pesos only for the Commission sa Wikang Filipino for the implementation of the Filipino Sign Language Law for 2026, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you po. Maraming salamat.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker. Hanggang doon na lamang po.